It is open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be had in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Last time on... What are we calling this? The Knowing's Notch. I almost said Tales of Andrea. That was just so wrong.
Oh, Tales of Andrea.
Oh, Tales of Andrea, the Knowing's Notch. Yeah, that's right. We've revisited our previous characters with the fingers, yeah. This wonderful lot, led by Teflessa Catan, ventured deep into Nork Empire territory to head to the Temple of Knowing in the Knowing's Notch in search of an item. They encountered a few oddities along their way, have
We need some more knowings.
been disturbed by...
Fully knowing that we were knowingly going up to that knowing's
Knowing's
notch,
Notch.
and the knowing's mountain area, knowing that this was not...
Hey,
sorry.
I didn't make the Knowing God. That was you.
I didn't make him. I just took
Oh.
the
Who's on
vacancy.
Who's
I
on
took
first?
the vacancy.
See. They have since, after encountering a bunch of Nork and times warning the front wall, seeing that there are some discrepancies even inside the knowledge of what they believed the Nork were, they've now arrived at the doorway to the temple. The notch itself, a vast ice wall before you, with roughly a 9-foot tall archway that meets at a point at the top, made purely out of ice. Behind it, you can see the smooth stone, don't ask me what type of stone, surface. No signs of any door, just a rock wall. It's getting close, I believe, to the end of the day? Might be...
Maulock.
It might be close-ish towards the end of the day. The sun has definitely gone behind the peaks, so the weather is getting particularly cold, which for you, William, is your beaks chattering uncontrollably. What do you all do?
Well, seeing William's teeth chattering, I'm gonna take my animal skin cape thingy and put it over his shoulders.
Aren't I strapped to you right now?
Oh,
I think you were strapped in with that very thing. That was ringing a bell. Thank you. Okay,
yes,
yeah.
Yes, I used... Yeah, you're in a little Bjorn.
You could just hear the beat going constantly.
Yes.
Well, does anyone have any ideas?
Well, the one time I've encountered a stone doorless entrance before, we needed druids to do some jiggery-pokery with it to get us in. Turns out that the city was people that got turned into stone. It was a whole ordeal. But I have a feeling that's probably not the case here.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
I'd love to help, but I think I need to get warm before I can.
Alright. You cast Detect Magic, Draken.
Yes.
First off, roll me percentile dice.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see.
Whee! Oh, I need to get my dice out ready.
I don't know what the odds of this are, and I don't know exactly what it means, but I got zeros across the board.
Oh, yeah, your spell definitely works.
Okay, good.
That's what that means. That's 100%.
Oh, that is 100. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. That is 100.
Yeah. Whipped out some special dice today. Well, yeah, it goes off. It works. You can see that around the ice, the archway that the ice is making, there's magic keeping it that way. Like a small incantation stopping the ice and splitting the flow of the water so that it does not block the pathway to this stone. The stone itself is... There's nothing special about it. It's just a slab of stone.
I examine the stone.
It's stone.
What kind of rock is it?
Yeah, what kind of stone is it?
It's grey.
What's
Has
the
little
granule
flecks
size?
of quartz throughout it. You know what, actually, Teflesa Catan, give me a nature roll.
Nature? Ooh. Don't mind if I do. That's going to be a 24 for me, big dog.
Oh, boy!
What kind of stone is this?
It's stone. I don't know the exact name of it, but it is a grey stone. You can tell there are several different kinds, and I say kinds mainly because it all looks uniform and shaped. But when you're looking at it, you can tell at points there should be variations of different layers of sediment going over top of each other and solidifying that, I can't remember exactly what that's called, but a stratification of the earth itself. You should be seeing certain layers of that, but you're not. But in one particular spot, when you get real close to it, there is a thin line of something you don't recognize. It almost looks metallic. Almost. When you push at it, though, it kind of little implant of your nail.
Does the stone smell of anything?
Does cold have a smell?
In this context, no.
Have you ever been in a vast field of just snow
Yes.
and that smell of nothing?
Okay.
Clean would be a good way to.
That is a good way,
describe
actually.
the
Yes.
smell of
Clean.
freshly fallen snow.
Clean
Like
smell.
there's
Okay.
Didn't we have a passage
Crisp.
or a riddle about the key to this place?
You did.
That's what I thought. But I don't remember it because it was too long ago.
I think somebody had to write that down.
I think we all
Right.
probably wrote it down. Let me see
So,
if I have it somewhere.
Here's why. None of you have it. Because only BT was given it. BT
Oops,
never
my
shared
bad.
it. And it was meant for the cryptics, but you all broke the cryptics and hacked your way into it. So you never actually addressed the riddle.
Oh, that's right. Oh, oops. So
That
I,
was
Further-
both the
I
riddles
repeat the
cryptics.
riddle at this point, which was what?
I flow like the ocean splashing in a red cave. Swap me to show your passion, release me to show your hate.
Is it blood? I feel like it's blood.
Well, I can't help you guys with that.
Anyway, that's supposed to be the key to get in.
Okay, did I notice the same patch of weird metal?
That would depend on if Tevi pointed it out to you.
I'm definitely squinting at it and trying to figure out what it is. If you ask, I will tell you, but I will not volunteer.
The hand in its true nature. I know things, but I'm not going to tell anyone, only if they ask.
Anybody see anything?
Don't put William in this grouping.
That's
okay?
why I said the hand. The hand.
The hand.
William's not part of the
Hold it.
hand.
Blaming me for something?
No!
They figured it out without the riddle, so I didn't need to tell them at the time.
I know. It's okay. I'm just finding that this was an event that happened so long ago that I knew was going to have consequences for this point, and I've been sitting on this for a while now.
yeah. Okay.
Boreas is going to start looking for a nook to put William in so that he can warm up.
I'll
The only
ask
thing-
my encyclopedia.
What are you asking it?
How do we get into the Noise Notch?
Big ol' flashing unknown.
I'll ask my advisor encyclopedia. My creator's subconscious.
To you, an illusion of this orc figure appears staring at the stone wall. I never actually figured it out. There are 3 pieces. That much I did know. Looks as though you only have the first.
3 pieces to the key?
That is all I had time to look into in my life. I am sorry I cannot provide any more.
I passed this information along. My creator once studied this as well. That's why we're here. He says there are 3 pieces to getting in, and we only have 1. I have no idea what that one is.
Well, the only other riddle I can recall was the one to open the cryptex in the first place, and that was the one about the Gnosis. Any chance I could see a written version of this riddle that you've got? The one about the red and the release it to show your hate or something? Please, I need to see it to think.
Okay, RP amongst yourselves while I type this out.
While you type this out. Did anybody see anything?
I'm looking.
I see this almost metallic looking thin vein along here, kind of horizontally. It's, I'd say, probably under a 2.5 on the Mohs hardness scale, so that kind of limits what it could be, all things considered.
I will examine the metal. When the TM gets back to us, I will examine the metal. But
How are you doing back there, William?
I'm pretty tired at this point. Hopefully
I think
nothing
the only
important happens soon. I'm not sure I'll be of much help.
cover we're going to get is going to be in there whenever we figure out how to open it.
I was put in a nook. Is that right?
Well, I was going to look for a nook.
Not really
Okay.
any available in this area as the
It's
ice
pretty
has gone. You've basically got ice walls all around you.
All right. Wherever I'm placed down by Abordius, I will just stare at the wall. See if this, 3 feet that I can see can tell me anything about how to get in.
Okay.
How frozen is William right now? Like, can he grasp at least, or does
He's
would I
got-
have to?
So he's got 2 levels of exhaustion. He's moving lethargically, so movement is halved right now, and his reactions and reflexes seem to be lessened. He's at disadvantage on skill, and I think it's just skill saving throws, right? Skill rolls, right?
So I'm not sure because it seems to be that there may have been a change with the new update. So when you make a d20, the roll is reduced by 2 times your exhaustion level, so 4 seemingly.
That's not right. That's not the
okay.
old. Yeah.
Okay, legacy definition.
Legacy definition. Everything we're going to be looking at is going to be legacy. It is not going to be current. They have forced the 5.5e current, and we are not 5.5e campaign.
-2 to d20 tests and -5 to speed.
That's still
No,
not accurate.
that's level 4.
That's also still not accurate.
Well, I've been betrayed, and I don't know how to not be.
D&D Beyond.
It's-
Don't. BGMs are not happy about the forced change.
The exhaustion.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, come on. I know it's on
Looks
here.
like disadvantage on ability checks and speed halved. You're only level 2.
But not to combat?
It does not look like that. That would be level 3.
Okay.
Advantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
Bon, can you send me where you're finding that? I'm not finding it anywhere anymore.
Actually, it is on D&D Beyond. There's a section at the bottom where you have the current version, and then right after that it says Legacy, and that's where it shows it.
Oh, I said I looked at it said legacy definition, and then it said the thing that you said it wasn't.
Further down, actually.
Mm,
Where you have the level 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then you can apply that. There, it does have the current version, and then right after that it has the Legacy. And it's all the way at the bottom of the
yeah. Okay, well, either way, I guess disadvantage on whatever check this is, looking at this rock wall.
All right.
What?
So, before you ask that question, there are 3 outstanding things that I haven't been able to address yet because I've been looking into other things. First off is Stitch is looking at the wall as well. Draken is also the metal. Draken is also looking at the metal, and now William is looking at the wall. So I need a few checks from everyone. It's not going to be a free give me I do my database stuff. You're going to need to roll for this all.
Mm-hmm.
So an intelligence or nature check from Draken and BT. And for you, William, an investigation or nature check.
Natty 1.
Oh, actually, investigation. It's the same ones for. Oh, no. It's a wall, William. Investigation, actually. Sorry. That is based off intelligence.
Yay! I also got that natty 1.
Oh, boy.
I got an 8.
An 8?
We're rolling hot today, guys.
Hot.
Wow.
And like Charlie Brown, I got a rock.
You got a rock. Yeah, it's a stone wall. It's a very interesting metal. It almost appears like mercury-ish, phosphorus-y, but it's not quite. It's obscure.
So, we think the riddle is blood, right?
Well, upon re-examining, I don't think it is blood. I flow like the ocean, splashing in a red cave. Swap me to show your passion, release me to show hate. I don't think that is blood. I'm reluctant to say the only thing that springs to mind.
What if it's someone's actual heart, and the cave is a rib cage?
But does a heart flow, or does it create the flow?
Yeah, it pumps the flow.
But it does not flow itself.
But you also opens up someone's rib cage and take your heart if they're rageful.
While they're arguing semantics, I am going to just using the tip of my sword, I'm gonna make a very small cut right here on my wrist, and I'm gonna let the blood pool into the palm of my hand. And I'm going to, because I don't want to touch this, I'm not going to actually touch this. I'm letting it pool into the palm of my hand, and I'm going to throw it at the line of metal. You are muted. Good sir.
Thank you. You only take 1 point of damage, because that's what I rolled. A 1. Ugh.
Okay.
Good sign
And
for
I will,
the day.
I will, where's it? Lay on hands for 1 point
Heal it all
after
up,
it's
yeah.
thrown.
You take palming the blood into your hand and spray it across. The droplets fly through the air, splash against the stone, spread and start dripping down. And nothing happens.
Well, that answers that.
Yeah, I don't know why you went for the wrist. That seems an awfully dangerous place to just make an incision on yourself, unsupervised.
Have you ever actually cut across the palm of your hand? It can permanently damage your ability to grip. I think that's
Yeah.
something that...
I don't know when people do this. Just like a single drop out your fingertip.
But I wasn't
That
going
should
to
be
touch
enough
it.
to suffice. Why wouldn't you touch a rock?
Because we've literally, Daffy, been watching metal slither across the ground as if it has a mind of its own. And
Yeah,
it
but
almost killed him.
That was a
So,
different metal. This isn't
well,
the
how
same
do you
one.
know?
Vibes?
Vibes. Right. Okay. Any other ideas?
I'm
gonna
also
search
interested
around.
in what these vibes are and what that entails. Do you have someone who speaks to you?
It's a spirituality thing. It's people believe that
My father
beings
had some
emit vibration.
serious things to say about those kinds of things, which I won't utter here. But moving on.
Aborius is going to search around looking for any plant life, just in case.
Ice.
It's odd that it's so frozen here, but this metal is still so soft.
Yeah, there's no plant life growing within at least 500 feet of this area. Aborius.
That makes sense.
I'm wondering if it's saliva?
Touch the metal.
You touch the metal?
I touch the metal. Let's see what happens. Get ready to kill me.
I touch the rock.
Paw comes out, touches the metal strand that you found, Taffy, and nothing happens. Though
See, there.
you do note, BT, that it is warmer than the stone. Its surface temperature is reading at a higher temperature.
Well, Daffy, do you want to spit on it, I guess? Since you think it's saliva?
I mean, it's as good
My
a shot as
saliva's a
any,
little...
but I feel kind of bad doing that. I just like lick my finger and then touch the doorway area.
You lick your finger, touch the doorway area, and immediately the stone around your fingertip starts to warm.
Well, that's certainly doing something. It's warmer now. Don't know I like the implication of licking the entire doorway.
It's also
Does it?
changed in coloration. It appears more white than grey.
Well, you should keep going, because my saliva's a little acidic. I don't know if it do anything. Do you guys think
And
she's
I don't
gonna
have
have
saliva.
to lick a like door shape out of this? Maybe a
I would
knob.
watch.
I've licked my fair share of rocks, but never to make a shape on it. Just as like a diagnostic test.
Well, if it helps you, Tuffy, we'll all look the other way.
Yeah, she's gonna nod.
Wait, are you going to start licking the rock? Is that what's happening right now?
Pretty much.
Great, great. Well, William had gotten up with a couple of flasks of various fluids, but he will sit back down and wait until the licking ends.
Okay.
Tuffy.
I'm just gonna like lick up the palm of my hand and just smack it in the same spot that I had touched and see if that maybe expands the area a bit.
It does.
Cool.
Very slightly. Just the area where your saliva touched.
Teffy looks at her little funky piece of paper, does not write this question down, she just says to it, "Are you really going to make me lick the entire doorway?" And then just does a big exhale and proceeds with licking the doorway.
Okay. Proceed with licking the doorway. One lick. 2 licks, and your tongue reaches over the spot where that thin strand of metal was, and suddenly you feel the saliva get literally sucked from the tongue and then start spinning up the vein. All of you can see the vein start to actually protrude
Oh no,
a
we're
little
fully
bit.
turned around.
Oh, you're
We're
fully turned around? Then you
we've
just
given her...
hear scraping of rock as Teffy, you see this vein protrude even more out, pushing off layers of sediment that have crusted over the top of it as it spins around, formulating some very intricate designs in the doorway. It
So is
seems
the
to be
entire doorway?
carved out, and you can actually see a door.
Wonderful. Then I will step back, dust myself off, regain my composure, and then say, "Well, that seems to have done the trick."
You hear laughter
You-
inside your head right now, by the way. Beer is laughing his head off.
Yeah, laugh it up, bozo. This is uncomfortable.
I found it quite amusing.
You try being the only woman in a party having to lick a doorway.
Oh, I've licked
board-
my
a board
fair
is
share of
stifles a laugh.
doorways. Welcome to the club, Teffy.
I admit I thought that was a joke, and there was no reason for that to work, but huzzah!
Yeah, sometimes there are regrets involved with thought processes, but it seems to have done the trick. And I will look for a doorknob or keyhole or some hinge, some form of opening this door.
You see a carving of a door handle and a carving of a keyhole, but they're just carvings into the stone surface.
Most of you might not know this, but BT, you would. We actually know a guy who's pretty handy with doorways. Although given the whole sense of things, I'm not sure if he would be the one, if he would even be able to help here. But one can't help but wish for him in moments like this. We had a guy who had a bunch of keys. Very friendly, very helpful sort.
Doubt he'd had a key to this place, but we could try.
I don't think he would, given the whole gods versus primordials thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've solved 2 riddles now. I feel like this one's another test of some nature. Let's think.
And the keyhole.
It's a rock. And the
So it's
carving
more like
portion
an
of it,
engraving?
more like an engraving. You can see there's portions of, like, residue of what that new metal-like substance was. It having gone through and made the shape, but it's not present there anymore. Whatever Teffy did, it swam around and engraved this whole surface with it. Oh, Teffy, seeing as you pulled the piece of paper out. On this day, you should have 2 lines.
Okay, wonderful. Then on that case, I'm going to write on the piece of paper. How do we get through this doorway at the entrance to the Knowing's Notch?
Knowing how coy the answers tend to be, do you want to leave that question that vague?
Ooh.
Like, at the point of almost writing it down, Tefi, you realize this is a very coy answer, and that's a very open question.
Yeah, I'm gonna change the.
Okay. That's your freebie for the day.
Thank you. So I'm going to bring my pen to the paper, but right before the point of contact, I'm going to bring it back and kind of look to the rest of the gang and say, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the answers I get from this fortune cookie thing are not exactly straightforward. Likes to mess with me a bit. So basically, I was going to ask, how do we get through the door? But I feel like the answer would be walk through it once it's open, dummy. So, does anyone have any suggestions on how to make the wording better?
What is the key for the door to the knowing's knot?
Okay. Then I will write that down. What is the key to the door to the knowing's knot?
How about this one? Tell him you're gonna tear up the paper unless he lets you in.
As William is saying that, the ink for the question that you wrote down is being sucked into the paper and slowly getting distributed. Knowing the right answers to the right riddles. Your position. I'll be kinder, shall I? Just knock.
I will read this aloud. That seems too straightforward. I'm not sure I really like it.
I'm gonna give it a shave and a haircut.
So 2 people are knocking now.
Yeah, at the same time.
2 knocks a little off-centered of each other, or possibly just completely different patterns.
No, he finishes it actually. He gives it the 2 bits. And...
do. A moment passes, and nothing happens. Then the doorknob protrudes out and twists. And from it starts to disintegrate. The wall begins to crumble and turn to dust that you see doesn't actually touch the ground. As soon as it reaches that point, it just vanishes. You're quickly shown a not dark entryway. It's well lit inside this room that you're looking at now, and on the other side there is an elderly man with what looks to be a very unkempt beard, a scraggly mustache that's covering over his lips, half-closed eyes and bushy eyebrows that almost run down his eyes. They're massive. He's got a bit of a happy smile towards you. I was wondering if you were going to think about knocking or not. It's been fun watching you so far. Good thing on suffering that first one. You didn't need to, but you could have, just knocked the whole time. Now, come on, follow me. It's not going to stay open forever.
Just kind of quickly glancing, what is the general state of this passageway? Is it dusty and cobwebby and gross, or is it generally well maintained?
It's a little mix of both. Inside, you can see there is layers of dust, layers of cobwebbiness, unkept, but the inside of it is still pristine. There's no rubble lying around in places. What might have been carved is still perfectly carved. And inside of this exact doorway is a very large hallway. It's about 100 feet in width. As soon as you actually start entering in, you will be able to see all this. It rises to at least 200 feet into the air, and in the center there is a statue of a cloaked man. He's got his right hand out with an open book. You can see that his other hand is behind his back, And he's looking down at the entrance, not with any sense of expression on his face. It's just a straight, expressionless face. The walls themselves also have those veins of that metal that you saw. But inside they are brightly glowing, bringing a strange bluish luminescence to the entirety of this cavern.
I'm gonna kind of rock up onto the balls of my feet and just kind of bounce a little bit while I tilt my head and look at this corridor. Then I'm gonna kind of shrug and just go in, just speed walk, just gonna enter and follow this old man, not looking behind to see if the party comes with, just excited to be here.
William's gonna waddle slowly behind her, trying to see traps, but knowing in his condition he probably won't.
I'll help him.
Okay.
Laborious follows.
Give me a straight roll then, William, as you are being assisted.
What? So what is perception?
Yeah, that would be perception.
11.
You see a path inside the dust where this old man's walked up to the front. You don't see any traps of any kind, though.
Cool. I'm gonna step where the guy's dusty steps are.
Nice. Boris has followed. BT and Drake, and you all following as well?
I'm helping William move.
Oh, right. Yes. Oh, yeah. Like full support and helping.
Yeah.
Excellent. You have support. A support animal. That's a joke. You're not an animal. You're a living being. This old man.
All animals are living beings.
That's true. Okay, fair.
Come
yeah.
correct.
I am corrected. This old man, though, clasps his hand behind his back. He's wearing this very... It's not old and tattered. It looks fairly newish, but it's loved. It's loved at this point. Cloak or robe of some kind that just trails all the way down to his feet. You don't see his feet. You don't see any other features other than his wrinkly old hands. They're very hairy as well. And his old face. As he's trudging along, he's probably... If he was sitting up straight, he might be taller than William. But he's hunched over massively, so he's much shorter. It took you a bit long enough to get here. I've been making sure the corridors stay mostly covered and safe. But what can you do when they make their own? Not much. Not much, I'll tell you that. I have experience now. Come along. You're waddling a little too slowly. He waddles even faster.
I don't think I can go any faster unless somebody picks me up.
Yeah, I'll hang back a bit, wait for William to catch up, and then I'll hoist him up for a piggyback. And then I'm gonna speed walk, so I'm basically
His bones
stepping
are
on...
hollow because he's bird.
He's light.
Oh, that's true. But yeah, then I'm gonna be following right behind this old man.
I wasn't told exactly why I had to be here, but I did get told that you needed the door opened for you. It's all right. It's not like it's the first people ever inside the existence to enter the Knowing's Temple to actually have done that. That was a joke, by the way. You are the first. I'm not sure if you should feel proud of that or not.
I'm just gonna nod. So, no one's been here before? No mortals, I guess?
Oh, no, mortals have, but they've always known how to get through the door. You're the first who haven't. You did get the first part right. Very good, very good. Did you bring any wine?
I'm gonna start kind of trying to rummage through my bag while I have an owl man on my back.
I wish.
Is wine, perchance, included in rations?
No. Wine wouldn't be included in rations. A stiff, hoppy ale, probably, because that would help with nutrient stuff. But wine... No wine. Oh, well then, better thing that I was here. You wouldn't have gotten past the second stage.
What is the second stage?
Wine.
Is there another riddle?
There are 2 more. 3 total. Each one unlocking a step.
Can I have the riddles?
He gives you a look, and his eyes squint even more as he stops and spins and looks up at you. I don't know them, and then spins around and keeps walking. I just know the answers.
Well, if you have any grape juice, I can ferment it pretty easily.
So can I. I wish I had grape juice now.
So, what's your name then?
Oh, well, these days I go by the name Rubert. With a B, not a P. What's your name?
I'm
Birdie.
Teffy.
Teffy. That's good. Good strong name. You know the origins of it.
The origins of it?
Yes, the origins of your name. Every name has an origin. What, do you think you were the first person ever called Teffy?
No, I just hadn't put much thought into it.
You should. Might be interesting.
I mean, that's an interesting pursuit for somewhere along the line, but,
Random interruption. Peter, are you still a level 8? You should be a level 10.
Yes, I am still level 8. Why am I supposed to be level 10? Did I miss something?
We've leveled
We
up
leveled up.
twice.
Okay, I will do that while I am exhausted on piggyback ride.
Okay. Glad I caught that. That, yeah, just looking at a 10, 10, 10, 8, 10. What? Yeah, you should be level 10. I thought you leveled up. Because we
Pretty sure
did
you
level
did.
up. We did level ups together. We did one at the end of last session too, actually.
look, man, he just works here. Don't worry about it.
Well, anyway, sorry for the interruption there. That had to be addressed real quickly. Apologies. Yeah, sorry. Hearing's going bad. I missed. What did you say?
Essentially, I was saying that would be an interesting line of inquiry for later, but we actually did come here, and I'm sure you've gathered, with a purpose, with a mission of sorts.
Yeah, yes. Of sorts. I don't know entirely fully what you're doing. The knowing knows what I do. Yeah, I don't mess with primordials. He points very pointedly at you, and then spins again.
I'm gonna lean over to Aborius, and I'm gonna whisper, I think the cheese has slid off this man's cracker.
That sounds tasty.
I love it.
We continue following.
He
Along as this corridor, do I see an end or a potential destination
He's-
in sight?
At this point, he's led you around to the back, behind the statue, towards another corridor that you couldn't see at first because the statue was obscuring your view. With anyone who does turn to look at the statue again, you will notice that the hand that's behind the back is holding a knife. But he takes you into this corridor and just starts walking down it. You pass a few turns, he doesn't take them, and then he takes one random turn without knowing. You get the quick sense very quickly that this is like a honeycomb of caverns and passageways, and he is taking you directly through a very specific path. Though all of them as well are actually lit by that same strange metallic-like substance. It just vines its way through the walls.
Is that the only source of lighting?
It is the only source of lighting.
He's got those
Let's-
LEDs.
Does this metallic substance look like maybe what my creator was going for?
No.
Like maybe that's
So-
for okay.
You could see a sense of similarity. Like, there was probably at a time where it had play inside his research. But this doesn't have any record of existing anywhere else. And if it only exists in the Temple of Knowing, then
Okay.
he would have had to have connections with the Temple of Knowing. But that is an interesting line of inquiry.
Well, I am going to load my pipe as we walk and smoke and just idly
His nose twitches.
look around.
Oh, good to know those are working again. Can I have some?
Are you sure, old man? They've been working on this stuff for a while. It's pretty strong.
Oh, please, you've not been working on yours as long as I've been working on mine. If you want, we'll do a little trade.
I pass it forward.
He takes and kills the whole ball. Finishes it.
Of
And then
course he does.
Lets out, and a whole... looks... You know what, actually? If anyone's examining the smoke carefully, why don't you give me a charisma saving throw?
I can do that
Charisma
for
saving
sure.
throw.
Charisma saving throw, yes.
Oh, I rolled well.
I rolled medium.
Medium.
15.
15? Okay, Tuffy.
10.
10. Laborious.
19 with a natural 20.
Oh, it goes down by 1.
Yeah, it goes
Wow.
down by 1.
But
Yes.
here we do have natural 20s as automatic successes because of things like that. Because with a 19 you still fail. But it was a natural 20, so you
Oh.
succeed. Looking into the smoke, Draken and Teffy, for you, Aborius, for a moment your eyes seem to kind of haze a little bit, but then you blink and it just refocuses, it's just a cloud of smoke. But for you two, there are minor images, flashes of experiences that you yourselves have gone through. The two of you are not seeing the same thing. You're seeing major moments of your own life, just a few of them flickering in front of you. That's a good one, you're right. Oh boy. Very good. Now, yeah. A deal is a deal. He pulls out a small pouch. Not now. You make sure you save this for later.
I take it, but I still look at my pipe disappointed. Like that was just a full thing. So I just put what he gave me in my pouch, and I'm like,
It's a decent amount. You could
just
probably
put
get
everything away.
2 packs with what he gave you.
Put everything away. And if anyone's looking at me, I also I notice that the mouthpiece is all wet and lippy, and I'm like, and I just start shaking my head like put it all away.
Old man lips. I may not be the most knowledgeable of guides through this, but I do know a fair amount of it. Didn't actually have the privilege. Oh, wait. No, I didn't. I didn't meet the current knowing god, but I almost did. Did I? I might have. I don't think so. I do work for them every now and then. Not just them, all the other ones as well. You see, deities,
Okay.
they actually follow through with their deals. Primes never really do.
When he said that, I changed my vision look at him to see what is he resonating as. If he's been around for multiple knowings, and is he not primordial, or what does he resonate as?
He looks to you very directly, because of the primordial side. He looks to you like a walking corpse. There is nothing inside of him.
Oh, he's a zombie, immortal zombie. Yay.
Well,
So, where exactly are we being taken?
As close as I can get you to the proper, what do they call them? The place where teachings are. Well, here it's called a library, but it's not really a library anymore, unfortunately. More like a big old den. But it'll be as close as I can get you. Again, I don't deal with primordial things. Again, he glares at you, Taffy, and then stops. Keeps walking forward.
Does he only glare at me, or does he also glare at BT?
Mostly just at you. But there is a level of hostility going towards the BT direction as well.
Oh, this is a hostile look. Oh.
It's hostile, but give me an insight check.
15?
Hostile, yes, but not directed at you.
How can you tell that there's something primordial going on here?
It's very easy when you learn what you're looking for. And I've learned what I'm looking for.
Can you teach us how to tell?
Yeah, no. Not unless you want to give me those eyes of yours.
I'm gonna keep my eyes, thank you.
Then, sorry, can't help.
I could give you mine.
You could, yes, but the entirety of your body is made of the same thing. It wouldn't matter for you.
Aborius chuckles.
well. Anyway, how far?
Not too far. Not too far. Trying to get it as quickly as possible. You might need a moment to rest up a little. Some of you look very, very cold. Though I am aware that you're short on time, depending on what your goals are. There's nothing I can do to help for that, unfortunately. Everything I had for it, I had to leave in my last living location. I had to get out of there very quickly. Very quickly indeed. Shame, really. I liked that island.
What island? Since we're having a bit of a walk anyways, why don't you tell us about it?
Because I don't want to. So I'm not going to.
All right, then keep your secrets.
Welcome to the hand.
I am just a bystander. It has to be here for a very specific purpose. They are giving me a favor in kind, so, I get off better for it. What? They've actually already given their favor. They were right. This place is rife with supplies.
Looking at this man's attire, can I tell anything about the age of it? Either given the wearing or the style?
Okay. Give me a style check.
Oh my god, girl
Fashion
boss.
check.
My gosh. Fashion
28.
check. What are we gonna make a fashion check? We could do that as insight, but we could also do it as
Religion.
history. Religion? Yeah, religion actually could go well. You are in a temple area. That would give you a different set of answers, though. Potentially.
I have a better modifier for religion, but that's not really what I'm shooting for. I was thinking either insight or maybe history.
Insight or history? Okay, give me one of those. They both,
Okay.
I could see them both working perfectly fine for this.
I'm gonna say history.
History? Cool.
Because he said some things alluding to being around a while. So, 17, 5, 23, please.
23. Okay. History.
No, 22. I'm sorry.
22.
I can't
Great.
count.
Oh, I was using the right mouse there for a second. Let me check it. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. Yes. History-wise, you can tell his garbs are vestments. They look like something a monk would wear. There's a religious embroidery on it, and it is of a kind you're not familiar with, which you, being from the Vesuth, it's very strange. You're very familiar with all of them, almost. But there is one thing that really sticks out to you, Teffy. You've never met a monk of the knowing. You've never met a single follower of the knowing. They're very quiet type. These vestments are definitely vestments he's picked up here. And for that height of a check as well, and because you've been walking with him for a bit and doing various checks on here, you will also realize that there's a slight discrepancy between his two blue eyes. One is a lighter shade.
Interesting.
How much of these things does Drake notice?
You can pick up on a certain amount of them. The eyes, I would say probably not so much right now. The vestments, definitely. But, where is Draken's?
But what I can do is I can hang back and whisper the things that I just figured out.
You can. And then
So I'm
Draken, if
gonna
you
do
want to
that.
do a different kind of check of your own kind.
If you'll allow me to do 2 checks on him.
Sure. What's the first?
Religion.
Religion? Okay.
Oh, 19 plus
19.
0, so 19.
So 19. Excellent. What's
Yeah.
the second one?
The second one's going to be... Oh, man. It's going to be insight.
Insight? Okay.
Oh, 13. Not that great.
13. With a 13 insight, 19 religion. Checking this guy out, he doesn't particularly strike you as a religious type. Especially his language of kinds. He just kind of does deals with them. He's wearing vestments that he most likely scrounged from here. The 2 eyes and the eye discolorations between them. You'll also notice there are various scars around different portions of his body. Around his hands itself, while you're looking at the vestments and kind of checking out his hands to why he's got them both clasped. One of his pinkies is definitely smaller than the other, and half of his left hand is slightly darker.
So, since they're doing all checks as well, Aborius is going to do a nature check on him.
Okay.
7.
7. What a fun-looking dude.
He looks pleasant.
In case you were wondering in what way William leveled up, he leveled up 2 levels in Rogue, gained the Resilient feat in Constitution.
That might have been handy.
Yeah, but we've learned from it, and we're gonna be better on the way out.
I'm sorry, Peter. I should have taken closer eye on that. Oh well. We have learned from the experience.
Mm-hmm.
How did that change your perceptions as well? That might have increased your passives. That did. Okay, yeah. Okay. I was wondering this morning why your passives were lower than other people's. Like, he's a rogue. They shouldn't be that low at this point. They all increased by 2. They're at 20 instead of 18 now, which is a good change.
20's better. We like
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, 20 is much better.
Yeah.
The end may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles